All right, guys, I'm gonna do another manga overview. This one is called Versus, story by one, manga by Kyotaro Azuma, organized by Bose. This is volume 1. This is a new manga, and it's from I believe the creator from One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100. I only watched the anime of One Punch Man, not the manga, but I want to get into. And so this is around 200 pages, standard manga. And we have the spine here, where you can see, well, the logo and who are the creators. Volume 1, Kodansha, I believe, publisher. Rated teen, USA 40.99 and Canadian 18.99. So I was going here blind, and I believe this is what they call a shonen manga. I'm not really into shonen because it goes. I mean, most shonen that I know is going on forever. I'm not the one that wants to do, the One Piece Naruto thing that you have thousands upon manga. That's not what I really want. I just want to have a beginning and the end, but I don't want to wait 20 years to get a conclusion. Not sure this is the same, but we're gonna find out. So when I read this, I thought, oh man, this is just a typical shonen manga with certain tropes, but it has a twist. And the twist is here. Well, I'm not going to tell you the twist now, but the theme is about natural enemies. I mean, a lot of insects, animals, even humans. Well, not humans. We don't have a natural enemy because we are at the top of the food chain, right? But everything below us has, a natural enemy. So these are our heroes, sort of. And we start at a kingdom. Oh, by the way, these are the contacts. Around, like I said, 200 pages. And that's fine. So we are at the kingdom, and we have certain heroes here. And the king says, "Heroes of the land, the time has come to fight back for humanity's very existence." Basically, they're fighting demons. And I said, okay. It says that, I mean, most of the land is taken by demons. Only, I believe this is some kind of a last bastion. Maybe there's more kingdoms, but there are 47 demon lords, right? And one of them is the great demon king. I thought, oh man, this is so, well, it's not lame, but more like, man, we've seen this trope many before, demon king. I mean, come on, right? Okay, I'm going to get to the twist a little bit later. So we have 47 heroes. I'm not sure why they don't have gathered 50 or 100 heroes, but no, one for each kingdom, right? And they are humanity's last hope. And we're getting introduced to all these, well, heroes, and they are, eager to dive in. And then we have our main protagonist called Hallow, the 11th hero, and he is very, very nervous. And they also have these goofy support characters called Pane Pane. I really cannot stand these goofy characters. I've seen them in, like Dragon Ball Z a lot, all these unsufferable, whiny characters. This one, I must say, he's fairly in the background, right? But they always make him look ridiculous, like this pig snout and this belly button that sticks out, and he's fat, and he's this very tiny underwear, and these tiny wings. It's just, oh man. Anyway, all right. So he gets a confidence boost by this girl, right? And he says, "Hey, we slay the demon king, and we come back to celebrate with a toast." So they're going out. 6 months passed, and they got notice that a lot of people have died, deceased, captured, used as a lab rat, deceased, missing, brainwashed by demons, joining them. So they are very bleak. So there's other support characters that is, joining, or it seems that every hero has a support group that, supports them, right? And so they are basically demoralized. So this creature wants to go away. Say, hey, let's go back and see what's happening. But and he also says the 19 hero Ario failed to defeat the 19 demon lords Niudo Current status campaign suspended, missing in action. And that's this girl, right? So he says, well, you can go back, but I will slay the demon lord Yachi with my own two hands. All right. So then the support characters in this sorcerer says, the sword of courage is glowing, which is a sign, right? The results of humanity's long history of cultivating magic technology, each hero was given one of these weapons. This blade is a holy sword that reacts to its owner's mana and will release immense power. It's the one and only anti-demon weapon potentially strong enough to defeat the demon lords. He still hasn't given up. All right, so they are following him, right, eventually. And so they are in the castle. And this looks great, man. The art looks stunning, I must say. It's really appealing. And then, behold, lo and behold, he says, I've been waiting, human. I am Demon Lord Yachi. Now, hero, show me what you got. And there were all these demons on the side, but they don't react because they don't want to interrupt their fighting. And they're all smiling, right? And so, yeah, the sorcerer is attacking with some kind of a, I don't know, fireball energy wave, right? Oh, yeah, inferno magic. And he's just, I don't know, blowing, and it's gone. And he's put something out of his ear. And yeah, this guy's toast. And all their companions are lying on the floor bleeding because this creature has so much mana, it basically renders them immobile or something like that. Not sure if they are dead or just, bleeding out. All right, so our hero, Harrow. Is it Harrow? Let me double check real quick for that. I'm saying something stupid. Hallow, sorry. Hallow is attacking them. And this looks great, man. He's jumping up and then with ferocious speed. But, the Demon King, Aichi, is it Aichi? Yaichi. I need to know. I'm so bad with Yaichi, yes, with names. And so he's, evading all of these attacks. So he's doing some aerial assault, but the Demon King is way too powerful. Not only that, he's also losing an arm. And he's in pain. A holy sword embodying all of humanity's knowledge, and a hero chosen to wield the blade. So he says, take your holy sword and try cutting me. It's no trap, I'm just curious. What's the matter, human? I'm wide open for an attack. So, Hallow doesn't, screaming at him. So he attacks. But then this happens. It breaks. These are creatures that specialize in hunting certain species. Talking about natural enemies. To their prey, they are the ultimate predators. It's just as birds prey on insects, as snakes prey on frogs. Then this has been scratched, but it's, there's a reason for that. Prey on humans, in this case, demons, right? To win against your natural enemy is absolute impossible. And then he's getting scared. I see, I understand now. You have shown me your limits, human. And then he throws him out of the window of this castle. To think you challenge one of the 47 demon lords with that pathetic level of strength. What a joke. It would take a miracle for you humans to defeat our great demon king. Yeah, because he's not even the strongest. So you probably know what's going to happen, right? Then we have a flashback about him, his brother. His brother is a magician, a sorcerer. He's waking up on the beach, and guess what? Zaibi is, found him, and he is, healing him. And basically he says that he couldn't do it, right? Because the demons are way too strong, right? And he says that all of these heroes are dead now. What are we going to do? Because, the future looks bleak. But then Zaibi says, hey, it's about time, just as I predicted. So he says, we're doing the side missions while you are going after the Demon Kings, because they have, completed a massive summoning circle over the whole continent, over the whole planet. But then a bunch of demons comes in, and they're almost, toast. And our hero is scared. He doesn't know what to do, right? He says, we won't ever ever win against the demons. Who said we are doing the fighting? Run, Zabi, save yourself. Just leave me, he says. But then they're being shot from behind, right? And what's happening? So who's shooting them? Well, it's people with armor and guns in this medieval world time. He said, what? And this is the switcheroo. So they are summoning other humans from other worlds to help them, right? We summon a whole other world through space, time between worlds. And they're humans like us, but they live in a different world built on a different history. And they say, there's some humor in here. It's just, he says, we don't have to fight ever again. But then they're taking off their helmets, and he says, hey, you there, are you from this world? Yeah, we should welcome them first. We are currently, says the human, the other ones, on the brink of extinction, fighting against the enemies of humanity. I beg of you, please help us and save us. And I thought, oh no, they have the same problem, but then on their own, on their own, well, dimension, I guess, own planet. And they think, well, they probably speak a different language. Right? I must have misheard. And they said, no, the people here in this parallel world will surely save us. And I laughed so hard. And so Hello is reminiscing, right? And then he says, we summoned you all here, right? By using our own summoning circle. Negative, we called you to our world via the activation of the dimensional gates. Uh-oh. So, and then we're getting introduced by, she says that they are being hunted by AI, by robots. Robots? Inorganic monsters created by humans. So, and then they hear a sound. He says they're coming. And he also bragging about that, demons are better than AI, right? So they're having some internal spat here, right? Right? Why are you two fighting? And then they have these robots with these funny faces. And they say, we are not your enemies. And that, hey, you don't need to worry. We are here to protect you. But you say, well, no, that's what they do to lure out the humans. So they're detecting some humans, and they attack immediately, right? And they're using all of their weaponry to stop the robots. But as you can guess, it doesn't do anything because they are being wiped out in a second here. But then Zaibi comes in using his magic, and the other ones using their freezing powers and defeating the robots. They use nothing more than a stick to put the robots out of commission. What was that? Poke, poke, poke. So yeah, they are basically canceling each other's enemies out, and they are like do this. You know what you also always see them in anime. They aren't really big after all. And so they decided to join forces, right? But also the robots are, they are still alive because they are robots, right? And there's a demon horde coming, right? And then this sorcerer says, hey, I can make a sigil and teleport us out of here. Well, not really teleporting, but flying. All right. So, and then there's going to be some fighting here because this guy needs about 5 minutes to activate the sigil. And it looks great. I like the flow of the story, but, our hero is still in doubt what to do, right? Because he thinks that this is all wasted time and they are still in danger. But then the robots has analyzed the magic and has a defense against the magic users. And then we have a demon here that has defense against, well, you guessed it, the humans with the weapons. And he's been introduced as Lord Yachi's loyal servants, Kiva of the Great Demon King's Army 11th Division. And he's talking like, like you are like I said, if you watch certain anime, like a very high-pitched tone, like, an obedient minor leader like myself must follow my Lord Jachi's orders with meticulous care. Something like that. That's the voice that I have in my head when listening to dubbed, although I always watch subbed anime, personal preference. And he's, deflecting all of these bullets here, right? And the battle goes on, and it's not going well for the humans because, the robots and the demons are, now stronger, and our hero just watches. We tried to summon another world to save our own, but the opposite happened. Now we got new enemies on our hands, strong enough to rival the demon army. Is it useless to keep trying? Is struggling futile? Is humanity fated for extinction? Now, I'm skipping a few pages, but then he has enough and he comes in to save the day, right? And then he somehow activates this sword, although it's broken. And he is, he's so full of passion. And he says, the hero Hallow, who challenged the demon Lord Yachi, is standing right here. I'm still alive. He announces himself, and then he attacking the demons. But then, I don't know, the power is sputtering. And it seems that the courage of the user's mentality is released, releasing its power. But then you managed to wring that little courage you had left out of that worn-out rag of a body. However, you failed to conceal your overwhelming fear of our demon race, which meaning canceling out his courage. And so Kiva comes in, right? And then he throws the sword away against this robot. And he says, you enemies right here. All of you, I take you, all of you. You, and you too. And he basically wants to sacrifice himself. So Kiva comes in, wants to kill him, but then the robot is activating all their, offensive powers, and it hits the demon. The demon doesn't know what hit him, but he's lashing out against this robot, right? And he says, if you have stayed out of it, I would have let you go free. You must be quite brave to dare to get in my way. Which race do you belong to? Answer me. Shall I annihilate the rest of you along with the accursed humans? All right, so there are, the flight spell is ready and they're getting out. But then our hero is getting grabbed by the demon here. But then the robot just blasts this creature's hand. And yeah, it's getting out of the hand. And it looks great. Look at this, man. So they are going, all overboard with their powers. Well, our heroes escape. And they are here at the fortress, but it seems that they are still not out of trouble. I mean, it's really bleak because it wasn't just one world that got connected with ours. It's all of them. All of them face extinction. All of them from all over the world. They are refugees. And then we see what happened on the other worlds, right? Aliens, plagues, monsters. And there's now an amalgamation of all these worlds. Looks fantastic. So they decide to go out and help the humans that are, living beings that are on the, other planes of existence here. They are encountering some natural habitants that eats people, I guess. And they are fleeing from that. They're defending themselves from that. And it just looks great. It looks awesome. It's very fast paced and it keeps going and going in a positive way. And they basically now come to the conclusion. I'm skipping a couple of pages here, well, because it's 200 pages. So we see plant eaters, disease, future aliens. Is everyone still alive, they say. And they need to come up with a plan. Not only that, the king is sick because of an unknown illness. Even the disease crossed the realms. So they're basically in big trouble now. Now, they come to the conclusion that they need to come up with a plan with the rest of all these refugees, right? And they said, hey, we need to find a way to avoid extinction and survive. And they are saying, hey, we need to introduce ourselves with our planet. We need to have designations. Is that how you say it? Yeah, something. So this says, hey, our world is the Sorcerion. It's a little bit on the nose. Our enemies are demons, and they say we are robots, and and they have parasites, mysterious biological life forms that can take over human body. And then we have these guys called, well, our natural enemies are Titans. Call them the Titans Crown, Parasitica. And we have a lot more like, kaiju, aliens invading the planet, nature itself, large violent plants and animals, taking out habitants and pushes out neo-humans. Mutants evolve with advanced intellect and bodies. And then we have Indignia. He says, our natural enemies is God. And this one says, curse, tainted curse, rotten to earth, contaminated waters. It froze the planet. It's all over. Life is cursed to die. This says, well, natural enemy is a game, like a program. This is more like Mad Max because of, humans. And then we have Yggdrasil, calling, I don't know, the world tree is called Yggdrasil. And okay, what's then the plan? So our hero says then, why don't we pit our natural enemies against each other? And they said, that's preposterous. Are you crazy? Because our natural enemies are way stronger and they don't fall for that. And your plan is ridiculous, right? He says, don't even think for a sec you can control something like that. Our kaiju won't go that easy. And he says, you never actually see Titans we've been fighting. That's why you can sprout that crap. Once surrounded by your band of Titans, I wouldn't be so stupid enough to say something like so senseless. But then the brother thinks, that's right, stop being dumb, Hallow. Even if they all work together, none of the other natural enemies could even lift a finger against the demon army. Twitch. They just don't know how powerful the demons are. Man, I love to be them. The demons are the strongest natural enemies of all the world. And they say, are you crazy? No, our natural enemies are far stronger. And they are bickering and try to, one-up each other. It's so childish, but it works. So he says then, just look, just a small outburst like that wasn't enough to make you all fight. If we combine our strength, if all humanity works together as one, then we can dish out everything we got to come up with a strategy against them. What do you say? So they say, okay, let's think about this, Meanwhile, the robot is still fighting, the demon here, right? And he's actually taking him out. Damn, there was an unexpected waste of resources. How will I explain this to Lord Yachi? This is all his fault. If I will find you, Hero Hallow. And the last thing we see is this demon hand is in the bastion here. All right, and that leads us to, well, volume 2 that I'm gonna buy. So yeah, this is my review, overview, call whatever you want, of Versus. I don't like the title, to be honest. It's just a weird name for this